Okay, this video is about posture and breathing. I'm trying to do it fast because I didn't make it under time this last time, okay? First of all, your posture is very important, how you stand, okay? You want it to have natural and relaxed stance. Once again, everything goes around nature, okay? We want a relaxation, okay? Everything relaxed, okay? If you're not able to be relaxed, it's going to cause big problems, okay? So, your hands at your side, okay? Stand up straight. Your shoulders should be very, very kind of back and attentive. But we're not in the military or marching band, okay? No, everything relaxed, okay? Just a relaxed, attentive, okay? I always say have a confident air about you, but we want it to be relaxed, okay? Your feet should be about shoulder width apart, okay? Arms at your side, as I showed you, and when we're sitting, we can still be very attentive. Your feet flat on the ground, sitting straight up, okay? Arms at your side or kind of laid down at your posture, not at your lap, okay? Now the thing is the reason that your posture is important is because if you're bending over, it's very hard to get good air support. You're going to be very lazy with your stomach, and that's going to be a bad thing. Now, of course, I can be somewhat hypocritical if you look back at some of my videos. My camera was at this level. I would kind of just be like, yeah. Now, though, just for this video, I moved it up, so it'll encourage me to have better posture, especially in my videos. Okay? Since I don't desire to be so hypocritical all the time. Not that I'm so hypocritical. So, very good. Now, breathing. We breathe from our stomach, okay? Let me go into that a little bit, okay? When we breathe from our stomach, there's two ways to breathe. Our chest, okay? And our stomach. Now, you didn't see that. Let me give you an example and stand up for you again, okay? Now, if we breathe from our stomach, you're going to notice my stomach comes out. Now, when you breathe, you shouldn't make so loud sounds, because that's usually a sign that you're breathing wrong or you really need a whole lot more exercise, okay? But I'm just breathing out loud because talking about breathing, you need to kind of hear that I'm breathing, okay? Now, there is a very, very practical reason to breathe. That's very important to everyone, and that's life, okay? That's about it about that. Okay, next, we need to breathe in from our mouth and from our nose, okay? Now, you could just breathe in from your nose, and that's okay, but it could look kind of weird, and you're not always going to have the time to do it. It can't take in air that fast, okay? And if you just breathe in from your mouth, it's going to dry out your throat really fast, so you need to breathe in from both at the same time, okay? It's very fast. Now, I want you to do an exercise. I want you to put your hand or find anything you can and act like you're fogging up a glass. Feel how open the back of your mouth is. Your soft palate raises up, okay? And you have this open sound, okay? When you breathe in, that's what you should feel, okay? Now, that's also when you're working on your head voice. That's something you can work on, but when I do one on your head voice, I'll make sure to bring that back up, okay? But you want to raise the soft palate up, and you can just take a lot of air real fast. Once again, it shouldn't be as vocal as I did. Gasping for air is not a good sign of singing correctly, okay? Good. Now, next, circular breathing, okay? As we breathe in, we never want to hold our breath, okay? As soon as we breathe all the way in, we want to be breathing out, and we could do that by singing. La, okay? Now, when we run out of air, we want to make sure to take a breath. Don't breathe, let me breathe all my air. Make sure to breathe before then, okay? Before you start getting really weak and kind of handicapped in singing, you want to take a big breath, okay? And breathing often is okay. Of course, you want to be able to have good control, so you don't have to breathe every two beats or something, okay? Good. Breath. When do I breathe, Mr. White? And my answer to that is generally at punctuation. It's going to be almost the exact same as when we talk, okay? Commas and periods, or special, dramatic places where you decide to put a break, okay? But you don't want to breathe in mid-word, or, the syllables, you don't want to break them up with a breath, okay? That's not a good thing, okay? Very, very important. I used to always sing in German and Italian, and my teachers kill you for that, because you don't really know always what you're saying, even though you're supposed to, but I wasn't always the best student. And and so therefore I would sometimes breathe mid-word, and they'd get so mad at me and punch me in the face because I went to a hardcore school. Not really. So next, developing better breath control. Okay, we want to have better control of our breath, and a couple of exercises to do that is, first of all, laying down. When you're laying down on your back watching TV or something, put a cat or some books on it. Okay, and just breathe and watch them move up and down. That's going to help your breathing a bit. Next is practice long tones. Okay, not something I hear advocated too much in singing. I think, unfortunately, it's something that's very, very helpful for a voice. And do different vowels, and even work on your consonants. Okay, vowels are A-E-I-O-U, consonants are everything else. Okay, so working on your vowels and consonants, because if I go I'm wasting a lot of air. Not wasting, using a lot of air real fast. At least a lot more than ooh, because my mouth is tight and much less air has to go through. Okay, just go. If you go compared to okay, there's more resistance, and so therefore you don't lose as air quite as fast. Okay, practicing long tones is always a good thing. Most exercises are going to help your voice just as long as you're conscious about what you're doing. Okay, and when you breathe, maybe before you start breathing, before you start practicing, before you start working on your song, or before you get into it really deep, write some breath marks in it. So you're going to breathe at the same place every time. A breath mark is just an apostrophe right above the music, like that. Oh, there we go. Okay, right above the music. Okay, and write those in your music so you know where to breathe, and so you can regularly breathe at the correct spots. Okay, breathing is the base of our singing. Do not neglect it. Okay, this should have been one of my first lessons, but I was off the ball. Okay, hopefully I'll just rearrange them, and then it'll still be one of the early lessons. So, very good though. Practice on this. Very, very important. It seems like something we shouldn't practice because we all naturally breathe, and that's somewhat true. But we don't all naturally breathe right. In fact, most people breathe very, very incorrectly, and therefore it's important to consciously bring your breathing to your conscious perception, and then once you fix the problems, you can bring it back to your subconscious. Okay? I don't know if your subconscious is back to your conscious. I was just saying. Okay, so good. And I'm going to make a video soon about the subconscious.